mm. Grand Rising, Elizabeth. Thank you for joining us this morning. At 9 a.m., we will close our social media and continue on Zoom only. Join us by getting your Zoom link at elizabethvisionaryconference.org. We will be there until 10 a.m. You can join us now, and we'll see you in the Elizabeth Zoom room. Today, your hosts are Mama Razia Curtis, Andrea Hetheru, and Deetra Covington. Enjoy. All right. Well, I guess we can just start off with God is good.
All the time. That's how I know.
I know, right? I know. So the holiday was good for everyone?
Yeah.
Yes, it was a nice, peaceful day. I got out in the garage and started pulling out stuff for the event for the Festival of Colors or Concert of Colors.
Now that's coming up, right?
Yeah, it's the weekend of the 22nd, 23rd, 24th.
Where's that going to be?
Where
is that going to be?
Oh, you know what? I have to look at the flyer.
Is it still down at the
I think it's still down where it usually is. Off Woodward over there.
Yeah, Woodward and Mac area.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm pretty sure it's
what is that? The orchestra? That's not the orchestra hall, is it? No.
No, I don't think so. I think it's probably close around there though, like right down the street. I think.
Well, Orchestra's Hall, the next street is Mac.
Yeah, right.
Right, Orchestra's Hall. Right in the middle, and then the next light is Mac.
Yes, okay. And it's the orchestra hall. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna tell you guys, I just went to the orchestra hall maybe last month. That was the best experience I've had in a long time.
Mm-hmm.
I forget that classical music is a high megahertz, right? So the concert was 435 hertz. So we were very close. We were in a box seat, right? The one right up front. And by the time that concert was over, I was like this. I was so clear. I was so expansive. I was like, oh, I need to come to the concert more because everything I had going on blew out. I was like, whoa. Just sitting in that high vibrational music for an hour and a half.
Yeah. Wow.
Oh, yeah.
Wow, that's something else. That
and it's a lot of diversity at Orchestra Hall. Lots of Black folks come down there. I'm like, okay, so when the Black folks doing their thing, I got to come and support.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's beautiful inside there.
I just got off on being able to sit in live high hertz music, just to sit there and be with it. I listened to it on YouTube, but to be in it was a whole different experience.
You listen to classical music?
Yes, I do. I do. When I really got to shift something, I go there. I do.
Yeah. When you got to shift something? Wow.
Yeah, because classical music takes you to the high mind. Takes you right up there. Yeah, so.
I didn't know that. Grand Rising, Deetra, you made it.
Deidre.
Grand Rising had the rule.
Mama had the roof. Other ladies made it.
Mm-hmm.
Grand Rising.
Rising.
Yeah, your fearless leader is kind of having to take a little sabbatical and take care of herself.
Oh, Mama Bazia.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Grand Rising, everybody.
Grand
Grand
Rising.
Rising.
Seems my phone, my camera's not working. Let me go. I can stay in, but I gotta fix my camera. How's everybody doing today?
We're good. We're winging it. Deetra's in the midst of moving, so she's in and out with her internet.
Yes, I just got her message on my phone. Just got
Mhm.
the message.
So we said, well, we might have to wing it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got my wing girls on here, got Evelyn on here and Reverend Omani. So, you know, we're never short of conversation, things to
Yes.
say.
Y'all made it just in time because we was about to go.
Oh no. Oh no.
No, not go. I mean, we was about to start a conversation. Not
We'll
go.
let's go ahead and start it. Let's see where we go. It's all good.
Well, I know, Mama Evelyn, you were asking a question, and I had to do the opening.
Yeah.
So you want to go
Yeah.
ahead with your question?
Yes, Mama Armani, I wanted to know when you will be starting your next session on A Course in Miracles, because you hit the nail right on the head about us being lack in commitment. That's one of my things. I like to do what I want when I want, but
Yeah.
I like the fact that I committed to this program. At least for the summer. I'm not sure how. I'll probably get on here later after RJ returns back to school, but I definitely want more involvement in A Course in Miracles. And what I was saying is that Reverend Nicole, who is with my listening partners group, she does it, but it's like once a month. And yeah, I need it more than that, because I have been waiting for years to do.
Think, I didn't mean to cut you off, but just think about it for a moment. Okay, so we're saying that we're taking on being masters of life, right? And our guidebook for being a master for life is the Course in Miracles.
Okay.
And I don't mean for life, like for life, but like for life. When we show up, life shows up. Because we're around, life shows up. We are for life. Oh, but you only go practice once a month? Huh. How's that gonna go for you? Not gonna go well.
No.
Not once a month. If you want to master anything, they're out there all day, every day, as much as they can, whenever they can. If you want to master something, and so one of the things that I've learned is Florence Scofield Shin, life is a game, and we just don't know how to play it. So first of all, if it's a game, then we got to learn the game, and that's the first thing is we don't know the game. And what we do is we just throw a whole lot of mud at the game and hope something stick. So you got to learn the game. You got to play the game. You got to love the game. And then you got to win the game. Right. So that's, so yeah, it's serious. It's serious, but not significant. But Sheila and those guys, they just started with me, but I'm not playing about it. Like, you got to be committed. You got to be there. You got to, it's like, and not like a gotta, it's a commitment to yourself and your word to yourself, to the highest power. Well, Jesus, if you can't do that, just lay them on down because you're done. You're done. It's for
Bring
you.
your camera down a little bit, Omani. There you go. Yeah, thanks.
It's for you. It's for your highest self. It's for your highest good. But Evelyn, just like you said, you can't make me and I ain't gonna. Okay, well, for your highest good, that's what you get. You tell the universe, You know, I ain't gonna and you ain't gonna make me. The universe give you more. I ain't gonna and you can't make me. So then you start to have a life look like that. It's just like yesterday, I noticed when I get on the call, I go, this is not my hour. And so last night when I was going to bed, my spirit said, well, if you say it's not your hour, it's not your hour. I'd never get up. But today I got up. I was like, oh, because I said, okay, I released that. It's my hour. I'll be up and I'll be ready. And I was up and ready. Sheila was like, what? You here? Yeah. Yeah. I gave it up. Yeah. I can hear myself. I practice this so much. I can hear my disempowering conversations. But our disempowering conversations have become so programmed, so indoctrinated, so in-seated in us, we can't even hear ourselves talking. And then if somebody try to correct you, you go, uh-huh, and keep on saying the negative thing that you're saying. Jesus Christ, somebody help me, please.
Yes. Yes. Are you speaking the truth? You speaking the truth.
Yeah.
I started saying something yesterday and I said, oh, back up. That's not true. That is not truth at all.
Right.
Not at all. Let's rephrase.
The greatest thing is remembering to stop yourself in the middle of that thought and say, nope.
Wait,
Take
oh
that
my
back.
God. Oh my God, it's so deep. Okay, I'm gonna have to go get the book. Yesterday, the other day I was reading about Isis and Osiris, right? So one time, Satan killed Osiris and Isis brought him back. The next time, Set dismembered him, cut him up, sent him down the river. And Isis looked for years. She found him, used her magical powers, the powers of healing, and put them back together. But the second one, what she did was she remembered him. I fell out. Because that's what we have to do. We have to remember ourselves that we've scattered all over the place. We don't know where we are, and we got to go. That's saying Kofi, you got to go back and fetch it. We have to remember. And we'll notice as we continue to read the Course in Miracles, how much they say, remember. It's like we know who we are. We have to remember, pull ourselves back together where we've lost pieces of ourselves. So, yeah. So, Evelyn, yeah, when you come, you got to be ready to play. I don't have too many bench sitters.
I'm ready to play.
Okay. Well, I just started a circle, so it'll be a minute. I don't start them, and I don't start them because I say so anyway. Holy Spirit tell me start another circle. I go, okay, I start a circle.
Okay.
So I just started this one, so it'll be a minute.
Okay.
Right. But last year, at one point, I was leading 5 circles at the same time. But my breakthrough was tremendous. It was hell because it's like, spirit just constantly shooting holes in my BS, shooting holes in it, and I'd be like, ooh. And so after a point, I have to release it. I have to give it up. And, after I did all that, I was like a new person, but also grew as a teacher. So that's that.
So there you go.
There it is. Yeah.
So she'll definitely person.
She'll announce when the next one comes.
Yeah. So Evelyn, I'll keep your number, but it'll be a minute. Okay. At least, yeah. Usually how I started, if I have one group that's starting, before I start another group, I'll wait till they get in the middle of the book. So then I'm reading at the beginning of the book, in the middle of the book. And then as they move toward the end of the book, I'll add somebody on. So I'm not reading in the same place. Because the group I have right now is the biggest group, but I was I'm like, I better split these people into 2. And it's like, oh no, read in the same place twice. Oh no, we're not doing that.
Oh yes.
No, not doing that. So I just kept the group. I just kept the group big. But Queen Aduna, girl, I got rave reviews from your partner.
Oh, you talked to her yesterday?
Uh-huh. 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 She was like,
What'd she
it's a
say?
first she was like, oh, she mean. She told me like what happened. She's like, oh, she mean. And then after y'all got to talking, she was like, oh my God, it's the perfect partner for me. But Holy Spirit picked y'all as partners because I didn't know who. I was like, okay, who go with who?
Yeah.
So it's like, but I was also thinking some of y'all partners y'all not gonna like. So that's gonna be interesting because y'all not gonna like everybody. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting.
Well, I had tried to connect with her and stuff, and what number I had picked out of the chat was someone else's number.
Oh,
and
okay.
so but I got, she had texted me and said, this is Alicia. And then when I was trying to connect anyway, we finally connected, but she was a little short, and what, yeah. And so I just said, I just, I don't know, is this something, because you're kind of short?
Well, it's so cool, but this is a part.
So then I just, okay, let me weed this out, and finally she broke.
Yeah, this is the part though. She said, all y'all around that age, y'all ain't playing. Y'all going, is this, or this? Which one you choosing? I'm like, I ain't got that much time. The most of my life is behind me. What I got before me, I ain't got time to play with y'all no more. Placate you no more. Be nice, or hold my tongue so you could be okay with me being who I am.
Right.
Freaking over it. So that's that. I'm done with that. So no, and the game we playing, it ain't that deep, and you want to make it real deep, and it's not that deep. But we're trying to make the game that we're in really deep, and it's really not that. When they said it's not that deep, that was the truth. It ain't that deep.
Right.
Mama Money, I like that you said that. One thing that I noticed is that I wrote down on Facebook, my post was, don't stop being you because I'm being me.
Oh, earring.
Don't stop being you because I'm being me. You're supposed to still do whatever your task or whatever you've assigned or whatever your task has been given, your gifts, whatever. Don't stop doing those because I'm being me. The opposition is here for a reason, to help us grow.
Yeah.
Because we only look at things from the eyes that our experiences and what we've seen.
Yeah.
Then, and then somebody comes along and trips us up on the path, and we like, oh, you tripped me. No, you supposed to be paying attention.
Yeah.
It's just like people complain about the toilet. This is my one thing. People complain about the toilet seat. The house that I grew up in, my father and my brother never left the toilet seat up. I didn't have that battle in my household. But then again, I thought about it. I said, dang, men must get tired of lifting that seat too. And if you never lift the seat, you never see what need to be cleaned up around it. So there's a lesson there. So we have to have those lessons on the path, stones, dips, gaps, or high weeds. I don't like to call plants weeds. All plants are plants. High plants in the yard, in the field. Sometimes they get cut, sometimes they're not. We got to be okay with all of that because it's a part of life. If you don't have any opposition or anybody to challenge you,
I was just saying high unappreciated plants.
Yes, I like that.
Unappreciated plants, right? Yeah.
So we gotta do that sometimes.
Yeah, but Mama Hetterer, what you're talking about sometimes is for people, it's a long process to get to where what you just spoke about. Some people get there right away. Some people get there on a longer trek, and some people don't even ever get there.
Right.
Okay, so it's like, it's like an awakening. Like the whole process you just talked about is the awakening process.
Mm-hmm.
right? See, we all know people in our life done hit their head up against the same wall about 10 times and still about to go, oh, it's some cheese. Remember this one? See, listen, rats are
You know what I
smarter.
tell them? I say when you get, I tell my friends, I don't, they, relationship or whatever they dealing with, and they keep going, they go daily. Let's say it's a position or a job they have. They first, I tell them when you get tired, and after a while, I have to tell people, I'm not talking about this with you anymore. I'm
Oh,
done.
yeah, definitely.
I love you,
Look,
but
let me tell
but
you,
until you come with solutions, we not talking about it no more.
yeah. Well, it's a couple of things. Like one of my favorite ones is rats are smarter than us. If you put a rat in a maze, he go and put some cheese at the end of the tunnel. He'll go down each one of those tunnels, check each one of those openings, sniff. Go ain't no cheese down that tunnel. He don't go down that tunnel. He'll just keep going until he smell the cheese, and then he'll go down that tunnel. Who we are is we'll see. And we go, ain't no cheese down that tunnel. You go, oh yes, there's some cheese down this tunnel. I'm
And
going
go
down
in.
here. Don't tell me. I know it's some cheese. You go down there, and then you get beat up, beat down. Then okay, well, wasn't no cheese down there. I thought it for sure. It was some cheese down there. It's sort of like when you put your keys somewhere and them keys not there. It's the same kind of thing. You keep going to look at the place where your keys not for your keys. And it's part of the human dilemma.
Conditioning, yeah. I know. Now, speaking of losing things, my husband telling me stop saying that you don't lose things. Um, when I do that, when I've misplaced them and I'm looking for them, they're usually where I kept going to the most. And I'm at a point now where when I'm looking for something, I I start over looking for it again and again because 9 times out of 10 they're in the area where I think they're where I left them last, and I've been finding things much easier that way because they may not be where they're supposed to be, but they're in that same area. And just having patience with yourself, when you do misplace something, and maybe it's because you're not supposed to go anywhere at that point, to know how to follow spirit and being patient again. If you have somewhere to go and maybe you don't see where the keys are, that I think that to me that's the answer to saying you're not supposed to leave right now, probably preventing you from something else or protecting you from something. And we get all bent out of shape. You're not supposed to be there right now. You have to wait until it's the right time to move, you know. And just being patient with self. Same thing with your friends, with people that you know and love. They
Mhm.
have to learn their lessons as long, just like you learn yours. And then you wanna help people and cut that corner. You don't want them to have to deal with a certain thing, but you that can't do that. They have to learn the lesson that it is for them to learn.
Mm.
Well,
But you
I
can
call
share.
myself I call myself the Cliff Note teacher. We ain't gotta read all them books here. I got the Cliff Notes. Now, if we can go through, but we ain't got to go through all of that. I got the Cliff Notes, and I read all the books. I'm the Cliff Note, and I will give you the technique to how to get over that hurdle. And if you take the coaching you over, and we on to the next thing,
Yes,
that
yes,
now becomes a lesson learned in your treasure chest that you can pull out to use over and over and over again. You know, listen, one organization I participated in, they used to say suffering is optional. If you're suffering, is optional. You don't have to suffer. But as I've continued to grow and learn, suffering is obsolete.
all right,
Is obsolete. It's
right.
like AOL dial up. If I told you, Mama Hataru, I'm going to hit the roof, I'm going to give you AOL dial up free for the rest of your life, would you take it? No, not AOL dial up. E-I-O-E. And that's how our suffering feels when we're dealing with it.
Right,
You have gone down the wrong tunnel if you're suffering,
right.
right? And then yeah, so many things if you really look, because people didn't keep up with what was going on in business, they became obsolete.
Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah, so suffering is obsolete. If you're suffering, it's only because you're choosing now.
Right.
Mhm.
And then
Or you haven't put in place the practices you need to be in a non-suffering state.
exactly.
I have to read this. This is so right on. Okay, so this is in The Greatest Secret by Rhonda Byrne. She's the one who did The Secret.
Secret. Mm-hmm.
And this is the following behind that book. And it says, um, whenever we suffer, it's because we believed something about ourselves that isn't true.
Mm-hmm.
We've mistaken our own identity. All of humanity's sufferings comes down to a case of mistaken identity.
Mm.
Yeah. Truth is, you're not a person who has no control over what happens to you in your life. You're not a person who has to slave at a job you don't like, only to die at the end of it all. You're not a person who has to struggle from paycheck to paycheck. You're not a person who needs to prove yourself or who needs anybody else's approval. Truth is, you are not really a person at all. You are most certainly having the experience of being a person. But in the bigger picture, it's not who you are. Yeah.
Ashe.
It isn't the way, wait, let's see, let me see. This is okay, this is a book. It isn't the way it happens, appears to be. You aren't what you think you are. Anyway, so yeah, this is a really good book about separating, it's actually about being, you had said the word, they use this word all the time too. I'm gonna get it, I'm gonna get it, I'm gonna get it. Anyway, aware. Oh, okay, so this is the mind's cover up. We're so used to knowing ourselves through our troubles, our dramas, and our obsessions that awake awareness, which is our true nature and our basic goodness, is hard to accept as our true identity. Awake awareness is the name that Locke Kelly uses for awareness. He was just talking about the, wait a minute. And it is just one of the many different names used by teachers, past and present, to describe what you are. Awareness, awake awareness, consciousness, cosmic consciousness, being, Buddha nature, Christ consciousness, God consciousness, spirit, the self, infinite being, infinite intelligence, unlimited being, true nature, true self, presence of God, presence awareness, pure consciousness, pure awareness, and many others. All these words are describing exactly the same thing, the awareness that you are.
I was like, when you was reading, I was going, those all like the same for me. Okay, what's this? I thought you was about to tell me something new. I was like, those all sound like the same thing to me. Buddha nature, Christ consciousness. I'm like,
That's
oh,
who
what?
we are.
So then I got interested. I'm like, okay, what's this?
You. Yeah, this book really just gets rid of all that stuff. And like when Mama Ayaba, when she wrote me, she texted me in the beginning of all this, and she said, your person. I'm like, my person, who is she talking to? I had to get that understanding of that it's not me. I'm the awareness, and to work from that perspective. Anyway, good morning. Hi, Mama. She's in Detroit right now.
What?
Good morning. Can you hear me?
Yes,
Yes.
Good
yes.
morning. Good morning. Yes, I'm going to reach somebody. I'm leaving today. And
Oh
I haven't reached nobody, but I'm going to reach somebody before I leave today.
Yeah.
no.
My
What
number,
side of town are you on?
I got I am well, if you know between Wyoming and Livernois,
I'm there.
6 Mile and 7 Mile off of
Yeah.
Curtis. I'm on Green Line off of Curtis.
Oh, don't play. Don't play.
Why?
What time
Cause
you
I
You
live
near?
near there. I live near there. That's why.
Okay, as soon as this is over, we gonna see each other.
I need.
It's on. Get ready for me. Well, good morning. Excuse me. Grand rising to all.
Grand
Right, Grand
Rising?
Rising.
And I'm coming to wherever y'all meeting at
All right.
before you
All
leave.
right.
Gotta
I'm
get
not
over
gonna
there.
leave. I'm not kidding. I'm not leaving without touching somebody, hugging somebody, looking you in your eyes.
All right, I love it.
Mm-hmm. You
I
starting
think-
off the day right? What's the
Where
name
you
of that
going?
book?
Where you going?
Huh?
Where are you going? You say you're leaving to go.
Oh, I am originally from Detroit, Michigan, but due to marriage and life, I end up in Indianapolis. So Detroit's still my home, and I came back in because this is the time that my whole family and siblings get back together. And this will be the only time I get to see them out of the whole year. So I make sure I get back this way.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's so awesome.
And then she's coming back
Grand Rising.
on the for the festival. She'll be here, and all of us will be getting together.
I heard such a oh, it's just all over. People are just talking about because it's Hart Plaza again.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
people is talking about it.
They got different
I told them that we
feelings.
gonna be there. The Elizabeth's gonna be there. Mm-hmm.
So,
So I'm excited.
so
I'm
could
ex-
somebody? Cause I'm sort of stepping away from the politics in Detroit. So, how are they doing the Hart Plaza? You got to pay to get in. What's the deal?
$15. I just heard yesterday.
You got to pay to go there. $15.
$15. I was told that word of mouth. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, and somebody else was saying, because I was saying that if there's a charge for it, and they were saying that no, there's not a charge. There's not a charge. I said, well, I saw that it was I think it was 5 or 10.
It's the web. Yeah, membership is different than non-member, and it
Mm.
was higher. It was. I know. I saw $25. I
Oh,
know
wow.
I saw it, and it changed. As now it's like 15, like Mama said, but it's on the web. It's not on the Detroit. It's not on the Charles H. Wright. Wherever the website is, it does say, it does let you know that there's a fee. But what they've done is they have fenced in. They have fences now to block off the river walk from Hart Plaza. So it's
See,
fenced in.
see, they just because it was really nice when you could just roam
Walk up.
through a sense of freedom. Now,
Yeah.
see how they do control.
See? And the
We're gonna
other thing,
let you have your event, but we're gonna control how we want you to do this event.
exactly.
Man,
And that
man,
bothers me that they're charging to get in, but people are coming to spend money with the vendors.
right,
I get
right.
it. I get it, but dang. It I thought it was appropriate to be at. I don't like the parking situation, the
Mm.
parking situation at the Charles H. Wright, but I thought that was where it should be. Now I'm thinking we should move it to Dabbles. It needs to be in the place where we are and where we are of. Even the Charles H. Wright, I like it, but it's backed by.
Yeah.
It was backed by.
Mm-hmm.
It's like we're gonna let you play, but this is how you're gonna play.
Exactly.
Yeah. Hate
Mhm.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna now take that back. I don't hate that. I refuse to participate in that, and
Yeah.
I am envisioning, yes, like you said, Dabbles, or someplace that is of us for sure. Because
That's the way we
downtown
got to start
isn't.
thinking.
Where is Dabbles?
That was on Big Gallery on Grand River and Grand Boulevard,
Right.
where the mirrors are. You can see it from 96 when you drive. You can see the mirrors from the freeway.
Uh-huh.
You never been to Dabble's Bee Gallery, Mama Queen Adonie?
Really?
I ain't never
I've
been to
been there.
Motown. I ain't fussing. I ain't gonna fuss. I ain't
Oh
gonna.
no.
I just want to say grand rising to everyone. Have a wonderful day. I'm actually on the runway headed to New Orleans. So
All right.
I love you all.
All right
Grand
now.
rising.
Yay,
Grand
safe
rising.
travels.
She's going to
Safe
dance.
travels. Can't
She's going to
wait.
do a line dancing or what we call the hustle for
Yeah.
7 days hustling.
7 days.
Today I'm hustling.
You gonna be hustling for
Today I'm
7 days?
hustling,
Who
line
hustling?
dancing, wrestling.
Oh my God.
And
Who hustling for 7 days? Oh my God.
Now, Wheelie.
she loves it.
Have fun, girl.
I wish
She's
I
gonna
was
come back
going.
and
Yes.
do some
I've been
stuff.
hustling all weekend. I know I can hustle a couple more days.
See? Yes. Safe travels. Bring me some pralines.
Oh, who said that?
Me.
Lily B with her
Okay,
beautiful
I
self.
got you. I got
Hey,
you.
oh, thank
Right.
you. You gorgeous too.
Any more?
Let
You
me
Any
tell
more
you.
beautiful,
orders?
Lily B. Look at you.
Thank
Let me
you.
tell you this while it's on my mind.
Appreciate it. It's the hair.
The only way we are going to have that festival or African festival is to, they say anything you want. If you
Do it.
can't do it, there you go. Who said it? Do it yourself. So that means you got to formulate this group and you got to find your spot and do it the way you want to do it. But you know, they'll slither through and try, but we will have all that in place. I'm just saying, it's time to rise to a different day. We know how they are. We know how they
We
are.
can have the Afro World Festival whenever we want to. We got enough friends that have enough things that they make and creations. We got people that dance. We have people that teach. We have drums. We could set up, pop up. I got a space over here on San Juan and Ewald. We could do it right now, okay?
You know what?
We
It
don't have to
always,
wait for nobody
well,
to do
it
nothing and
starts
allow.
small, but then again, it is our job to make it grow,
it.
grow. That's why I say, you know,
That's
yeah,
it.
that's beautiful, but we can shoot. I'm not just saying we. I'm just saying, if you want it done, guess what? You got to get it done yourself.
Well, in
I mean, we
reality,
got the Hug Festival.
yeah,
See?
The
You got
Hug Festival is
Detroit.
a festival. That's an African World Festival too.
absolutely. It would just
Is
be,
it
it
really
would not,
a hug festival?
we have the, the Hug Detroit Day. That's me.
Is that actually hugging?
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh,
well,
I want to go.
it was,
I'm a good hugger.
let me tell you, right before we started this in 2013, and literally everybody was out hugging one another. Of course, when COVID happened,
Yeah.
then we didn't do it for a couple of years, and we did a recording and had it on Zoom kind of thing online. Well, we getting back to the hugs, and everybody, they have their mask on, or everybody's just bumping their fists and stuff, and still being careful in whatever way they feel they need to do to be careful. But yeah, I always perform. Sky always performs, and then we have a lot of other entertainment going on. We have vendors galore and children's stuff for the children, and we're doing it at the Black Bottom. They're restoring Black Bottom, which is down there at Grand River. No, I'm sorry, Grand Boulevard and Bobian.
Yeah,
Grand Boulevard and Hastings. No, not near Shane. This is the boulevard, right before you jump on 75, over in that area, right there.
Between Woodward and 75.
Oh, Woodward and 75. Okay, I think I know what you're talking about in that area. I thought that was the Brewster Project area, but that's across Martin Luther King. Okay. Yeah, because I was always told Black Bottom was from it's Shane, Mac, from Mac, Shane, then it goes like in a square down toward the area you talking like right from 75 where Warren around to like
like a circle basically, but it's toward the boulevard. But I
Yeah,
didn't
'cause
know it was over
I
there.
heard the same thing, that this was in this area. I'm here at Shane and Lafayette, that this is part of Black Bottom as well. So I'm not sure. But I know that the park is being restored there, behind Vanguard Community Development Center. Anyway, it's on the 28th. It's every year. It has been sanctioned by the city as an annual event. So forever, it will be going on every year, the fourth Sunday in August. Always, always, always. So we'll definitely have a booth there, and everybody have a booth and have fun and have a good time and spread the word. I am ordering the flyers this week so that we'll have some stuff to pass out. And on the 14th, we are doing collecting. We're collecting things for, well, book bags and school supplies and all of that, and canned goods, and so we can help families on the 14th over at my shop. And I will be sending out a flyer for that. So all your friends and stuff, we'll just order. If they donate, we'll just order a whole bunch of book bags for the children and stuff. So, yeah.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Yeah. Deidre, how are you? I don't know if she's able to talk yet or not. Star, how are you?
I am wonderful.
Well, Mama Hetheru, what you got for us today? Yeah, I was saying that our fearless leader for today is having physical challenges, and so she will be at the meeting Thursday evening. So and share some stuff with us. But right now, she's being directed to literally chill, literally,
Yep.
the mind and stay off of electrical, all this kind of stuff.
That's right. That's right. You got to do that in order to heal. They be looking at the outside physical, trying to heal that way. We're made of electrical components and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And that drains you, believe it or not. So ashe to her healing.
Yep, she says she's accepting all prayers and good energy.
Yes. I have not talked to Mama Razia. We've been, everybody's just been busy. Because I haven't even, I have even, the days of the week are they just running into one long day. And I'm grateful for each and every one, but it's something. Um, wow. I wanted to, I had an experience last night, and it was really I think I went through the three. When you get to a certain age, they talk about the goddess Hecate, who is the crone, and she consists of the young maiden. No, she consists of the little girl, the young maiden, and the elder wise woman. So I think I went through all three phases last night, because we've been sleeping in a tent out on San Juan and Schoolcraft. Been out there about 7, 8 days. I only spent 6 out there. But last night it started to storm. I hear the thunder roll and the flashes of light. It's lightning out there. And I went right back to my childhood, because that's when I would go spend the night and go sleep with my mom and my dad. My mom she would cuddle me, and because I'm afraid of the thunder and lightning. My first night out when I moved out, it thundered and lightning. My mother was like, Angie, you want me to come over there, or you want to come? I was like, no, I'm going to do this by myself, Ma. I said, I got it. I'm going to be all right. So last night when it started to storm, I'm like, I'm not okay with this. I'm in a tent, and it's thundering and it's lightning. And so my husband said, he said, hey, God got us. He said, God got us. And so I was like, I'm not okay with this. I'm not okay. I don't have a building. I don't have a building. But it was a beautiful thing. And I'm okay. I survived. Matter of fact, I didn't want to get up. And my alarm clock, my phone is on a red bar. I'm surprised that it even had enough energy to work. You're on time. Get up and let's go get in this session. You know what today is. You know what today is. So I got on up. But just in remembering how I felt about thunder and lightning, when my daughter was little, I would open her window because she would feel some kind of way. Of course, I gave her that. She would feel some kind of way. So I would open the window so she could see the lightning striking and experience the storm instead of being ignorant of it and knowing what it does. And, because when I was little, when it's raining, you get in the house, be still. Or the great grandmother used to tell us, Sophie Barney, let them, Sophie Barney used to say, turn off everything and go sit down somewhere and be still. That's what I came up from. I don't know
Yeah.
about
Ah,
anybody else.
mhm,
Yeah.
You're going to sit down and let this thing do its thing.
mhm, mhm.
But I wanted to look at it different, just, helping my daughter. If you know a thing, then you're better with it, when you
That's right.
understand it a little bit. So I'm just so proud of myself because I didn't leave. I stayed out in the tent and it stormed. Then my husband started doing, okay, the lightning struck. He said, watch this. He said, one, two. He counted the seconds and there go the,
Boom. Mhm,
I was like, oh man, I couldn't
mhm,
believe I did that.
mhm.
But I'm so proud of my 57-year young self.
Uh,
Yay. Well, we
mhm.
acknowledge your
57.
bravery.
Hold on.
We
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
acknowledge
Wait a
your
minute.
Oh
You
yeah.
done created a
breakthrough.
Oh
story
yes.
now. You
Hold
done
on.
created a story now. Because I think back to my mother and she said, oh, that's the Lord just moving furniture.
Yes.
She used to say, oh, they just having a little rumble up in the sky. And I'd be looking in the
Yes.
sky like waiting for something to happen. And so same thing with the lightning. It's I used to come up with my own little saying about the lightning. And your husband is right. When lightning strikes, let me see, is it the thunder, the lightning before the thunder, or the thunder before the lightning? But you can count because it's in a
I think it's
sequence.
like,
When one comes, boom, then the next one comes. That's nature, baby.
and
You
I,
learning.
but you
That's
know what was
nature.
funny? I was expecting. Now here's my expectation. I was because I'm sleeping on Earth, and I just say this in fun. I think glamping is all wonderful and everything, but I'm a camper. I'm an earth sign too. And so me sleeping on the ground this week has been something special. Um and I really wanted to feel, see, this is why there's issues with us and our things, because we expect things to go the way that we expect them to go if we were driving, but we're not driving. So I was like, how come I don't feel the earth? Now here I want to make it more intense. How come the earth isn't shaking uh when the thunder is doing? So is my fear really that I have a greater desire for experience? Fear is really a greater desire for experience. Now that just came out of drop down right now. So we gotta. I mean that's blowing my mind right now. But
But like I said, it's good
but
fear
I'm
and it's
aware
bad
how it
fear.
should affect me,
Yeah,
huh?
fear, we wouldn't have fear if it wasn't meant for something. Fear is like a tool to help you learn, get over a process. And
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 and a
um
warning,
yeah, yeah,
that
Yeah.
dangerous,
All
dangerous.
right.
yeah.
Well,
Fear is your tool. One is something in your medicine bag. How
Right.
to apply it, when to use it, when to cut it off.
mhm,
Right. Because
mhm.
it's there for, like you said, it is there for a reason. The movie Inside Out is a really, really, really good movie to watch. I enjoyed that movie, and it talked about there was it's five energies. They had sadness, happy, fear, doubt, and one began with a D. I forgot the D one. But anyway, happy and sad left. They went on a little adventure. They didn't mean to, but they went on an adventure. And discuss is not this. It might have been disgust, fear, and whatever. The other three were there, and they said, "Just do what Happy would do." And he said, "Well, I'm not happy, so I don't know what Happy would do." I just thought it was such a cute thing. But they said fear is there to help you to make sure to check things out, to make sure things are okay before you know. But I was thinking about even being a parent before we give them our strengths
Mm,
in a little bit of and know they'll know the children know what the parents are afraid of. They see that. They watch that. They hear mama say, oh, blah, 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 whatever mom says, or dad, or the other people, or other grown-ups around them. And the children don't come here. None of us, I don't think anybody came here with fear. I don't think it's a given. I think it happens as an experience of being a blah, blah, blah. I'm just going to say the blah, blah, blah for now, the blah, blah, blah.
Well, speaking of blah, 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 it is time for us to blah, blah away from social media. You are so invited to join us. If you go to elizabethvisionaryconference.org and just hit the Zoom button, you can continue this conversation with us and use that number on a continuous basis. So we thank you. Have a wonderful day today, and we are out.